Her insecurities takes her eye out of intimacy. Most men have experienced a woman in a romantic or sexual relationship that was afraid of intimacy at some point in his life. She could have been reserved, private, outgoing, confident, shy, loud, or troubled, or she had a little bit of everything from having different personalities. One minute she's this way, the next minute or next day she's a totally different way. Whatever the case or the reason, she oftentimes kept a wall up and wasn't going to let anyone get real close to her on a personal, intimate level. The problem was that you wanted to get closer to her and you had no idea as far as how to go about doing it. But she always allowed you access to her physically, but kept you at a distance from her personally. You want to bring her to the light, but she wants to leave you in the dark. You want to get deeply familiar with her other 50% side, but she wants to keep it hid. Most women suffer from a fear of intimacy, from dealing with different insecurities. Here's a few she has to overcome to experience intimacy at a high level. Let's break this down. Old girl, Mazika giving her boyfriend, or her ex-boyfriend, what's his name, Jamar Champ, a runaround, right? She wants something different from him. This man proposed to this woman 4 months in. Now, he was in love with her. Well, he was in lust with her when she was in her early 20s, right? But now she's at 35, 36, and that's not that same woman that you met 20 years ago, partner. So you got to reintroduce yourself to her again and get to know her all over again. That's been 15 years ago. And the fact that you proposing so fast, let her know you moving too fast. See, every woman wants to be the center of her man's attention. She wants to be celebrated, constantly chosen, and claimed. Now, with that in mind, Mazika will take that, but she know the fact that she accepted your proposal in 4 months, it wasn't genuine because it's too fast. So that's why she's giving you the runaround. Before your ship set sail, go back in her past and nail down a few loose nails. And this is what you're supposed to do, man. So her insecurities is taking her eye out of intimacy. So let's go back and break these nails down. Let's go back and go nail all these nails down. Number one, she has insecurities about her body. Every woman has issues with some parts of her body, such as her face. She's shy about where her birthmark is placed on her body, about her thighs, breasts, or butt. It's two types of women, the doers and the victims. The ones that do something about it, such as eat properly, exercise, take care of themselves, and don't make excuses, and the ones that feel victimized by their bodies. Make excuses and do nothing but point fingers and complain about what's wrong without trying to fix it. The doers are quite confident about how they look, and the ones that play victim are easily thrown off by the smallest things. That's the type of woman that will often have a fear of intimacy, as she might think that the men she gets involved with will judge her imperfection just as harshly as she does. Helping her overcome them complicated situation will be difficult because feeling good in her own skin is a major necessity to being able to have a mutual fulfilling relationship with a significant other. Yeah, you need that. That confidence is everything in herself, man. You know, comfortable in her own skin. That could be like a hard situation, man. It is an indispensable necessity, really. You're not comfortable in her own skin, but hey, this is how you do it. This is what I'm here for. In order to help her feel comfortable, you have to communicate that to her verbally or physically or both. If she's self-conscious about her scar on her thigh or her butt being small and you think they're sexy, tell her so often so it doesn't lose substance. Now, hold on for a minute. What did I mean by that? I said, tell her every so often so it doesn't lose substance. Because if you just sit there and say, hey, you look good, baby, you look good, don't worry about that birthmark, don't worry about your butt being small, it won't have substance to it, because see, you'll water it down. So what you got to do is every so often let her know that everything is all right. Hey, your body look good, baby, your body look good every so often so it doesn't lose substance. Don't water it down, players. Grab and caress her butt and thighs to a point where she gains confidence and eventually starts to forget why she had issues with those certain body parts, and then her shame will slowly start to fade away. That's when she'll let you get a closer look or get closer to look. If you want to invest in her insecurities, bring a positive outcome. and bring a positive outcome by doing it, buy her some sexy lingerie or a sexy nightgown and let her put it on while you dim the lights. This way, she'll be less self-conscious, be more focused in the moment, and less observant because you're limiting distractions and capturing her full attention by giving her your full attention. Now, what I mean by that is the highest level of affection for a woman is her man's attention. Your attention alone to her signals appreciation. Like I said, every woman wants to be the center of a man's attention. She wants to be constantly chosen, celebrated, and claimed. Number 2. So the fact that you give her your full attention, like I said, you limit the distractions. You got her focused on you and the moment. That's the best. That's priceless, man. So invest in her insecurities. Number 2, she's inexperienced at love or about what love really means. The object of her desire could stem from a lack of real experience. She may have had only a few short-lived relationships, or her inexperience isn't sexual. It may have more to do with the fact that she's been with the same guy since high school, college, after college, or just a guy she's been with since her early 20s. So since she's been with the same guy for years and just a thought about being with someone totally different and new, seems great on the outside, but on the inside, she's scared. Changing up. Hey, you give her something totally different. It could be many reasons as to why, but the key is to move gradually. Progress is the best process. Move gradually. Progress is the best process. When you move slowly and gain her trust, that lets her know you're in it for the long haul and not trying to put a rush on things. Taking it slow. Getting to know her for real on a deeper level. Once you gain a large degree of her trust, you are free to make the first move. Just be a gentleman, be gentle, and guide her with the best of your competent leadership skills and lover abilities. She'll soon open up mentally, emotionally, and physically. And physically. Getting physical now. Mentally, emotionally, and physically. Let's get it. Number 3. It could be just a matter of trust. She struggles with trust. Now check this out. For most women, they're scared of intimacy just seems to be the main component when it comes to relationships. If her instincts kicks in that this certain guy that she's been seeing isn't trustworthy, she'll keep him at a long distance. But if a certain guy can be trusted, then he has to not be predatory and try to get inside her head, seeking to exploit her. That's a predatory guy. He trying to get in her head and seek to exploit her. He put on a charm. You know what I'm saying? Seeking to exploit her. What he can get out of her. Some money, sex, or whatever. She wants to be understood. That's how you fully love a woman, man. Fully understanding her is loving her. Fully understanding her is loving her. She wants to be understood, so she needs a genuine man, a lover, a counselor, a challenger, not a used car salesman trying to get over on her. That's that predatory guy. Don't let her lack of interest or letting you in closer push you away. If this is a woman that has only had grown males and never experienced a grown man, it'll take her some time getting used to being with something surreal and she's never experienced before, because that is a surreal feeling. He head and above shoulders of what you're used to. That's a surreal feeling, man. Now, broken heart. She's broken hearted, right? She had her heart broken once or twice, right? That what it seems like to me Mazika has been, man. Her heart has been broken. She doesn't have a lot of internal structure, like discipline, structure, order about herself. She just always been a loose cannon. It just seems like she just been hurt a lot by. And the only way she can act it out just by just getting mad at something, man. It seems like she doesn't have a lot of internal structure to herself. I'll just say that. It seems like she doesn't have a lot of internal structure. But hey, broken-hearted. A woman could also be very hesitant to give her heart away again if it has been recently stepped on or broken. Maybe her last couple of boyfriends took advantage of her emotionally by lying to her, selling her dreams, telling her all kind of beautiful lies to get in between her thighs, didn't challenge her, just spoiled her, made all kind of promises to her that never came true, financially abused her or cheated on her physically and emotionally. This is a tough situation because it'll put her in protection mode. It'll take one hell of a real man to break the chains off her heart, so she could be willing, not ready, willing uh, to love again. Not ready, because remember, progress is the best process. So this is a tough situation because it'll put her in a protection mode. And it'll take one hit of a real man to break the chains off of her heart. So she will be willing to love again. Now, I'll say this too. Before I go into that, let me just say this. Heartbroken was hard. So thinking about trying it again can be terrifying. The problem is if you try to project a false persona, image, or character in a forced manner, she'll soon catch on because a person can only fake for so long, and she'll start to see old patterns and actions from her last bad experiences. See, her instincts will start kicking in. You see what I mean? Her instincts start, hold on now, this kind of reminded me of the last guy that I had. See, her instincts start kicking in. So, if you're sure that you really want this woman in a serious way, you want to encourage her, not discourage her, to talk about her insecurities, fears, her past situations, her relationships with herself. Is it healthy, positive, peaceful, and whole? So she can share that positive part of herself with you, and how's her current mental state. It's entirely up to her to decide when and with who she feels comfortable starting a new serious relationship with. Hey, it's up to her on that. All you can do is show her the man that you are. You see what I mean? You know, you never get attached. Never get too attached to someone unless they feel the same way about you, because one-sided expectations can destroy you mentally, emotionally, and physically, man. Never get too attached to someone unless they feel the same way about you, because one-sided expectations can mentally, emotionally, and physically destroy you, man. 5. That's what it seems like that happened to me, man. How can you find happiness when you keep connecting yourself with sadness? See, you staying in a relationship too long. See, the relationship she was in was one-sided. She might have wanted it to work out, but the dude didn't want it as much as she did. You see what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure if he cheated, she probably pulled some strings and did some stuff herself. You see? Put a little slick move and stuff. But I'm saying is this, though. If it's one-sided expectations, it'll mentally destroy you because it's one person going hard and the other person isn't. See? It can mentally destroy you. 5. She's been through a lot and seen a lot. Maybe the woman you're serious about is afraid because she's been through and seen it way too much for any woman to bear witness to. Too many toxic, destructive, and dysfunctional relationships. Seriously messed up male. She wasn't mature enough herself, so she thought was real love wasn't real love at all. And she had more hatred, greed, pain, jealousy, abuse, and misery to last her the rest of her life. Someone with a lot of experience who knows just how ugly the dark side of a human behavior can get will be very guarded as to who she lets into their lives. A woman will generally have a certain intuition about people and will use it to her advantage to help her determine who gains her trust. If she is kind-hearted, real feminine, down-to-earth, private, trustworthy, and loving, she'll want a guy who is kind-hearted, loving, stoic, confident, a leader, stable, and competent. And you're the total opposite of what she's prone to, the other same types of recklessness that she's seen in other guys and situations. Okay, now. Let's see if I have time for this. There's 3 layers to a woman. You got the complexity, her outer and inner beauty, and then you have her the depth and the core of who she is. Okay. Complexity. The state or quality of being intricate or complicated. These are all her emotions, the stuff that she went through, in her present and past. She wants a man who pays her attention, fully understands her to the core, and studies her ways of existence. What makes her smile, laugh, cry, hurt, or her talents, likes, dislikes, dreams, desires, fantasies, fears. She wants to overcome an insecurity she's facing. Her outer and inner beauty, her physical appearance and assets, smile, hair, eyes, pretty skin, complexion, breasts, thighs, nicely shaped round bottom, legs, calf muscles, feet, walking voice, her inner beauty. Her femininity, personality, kind-hearted, mindful, respectful, cooperative, responsible, intelligent, smart, caring, supportive, good listener. Can she accept constructive criticism, hold herself accountable when things go bad or go wrong? Number 3, the depth of who she is, the core of who she is all of her life experiences from childhood, teenage years, and adult life that shaped and molded her to the current person she is. Her past relationships and how it's her relationship with herself, because that's the best and most important one, players. So that's her, man. 3 layers to a woman, man. 3 layers to a woman. Complexity, outer inner beauty, and the depth of who she is. Now, her insecurities takes her out of intimacy. She has to be all into intimacy because intimacy is into my mate I see. And like I said, Never get too attached to someone who doesn't feel the same way about you, because one-sided expectations can destroy you mentally, emotionally, and physically, players. Guide her in the 4 areas of love: intellectually, romantically, sexually, and emotionally. Those are the 4 areas of love: intellectually, romantically, sexually, and emotionally. Take her hand and guide her in all the 4 areas of love, players. All right.